So on the previous episode, the Houston Rockets traded for Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges joined the team. We did have a really nice win over the Phoenix Suns in our debut for Miles Bridges. And we also traded for Mitchell Robertson. Now, Mitchell Robertson did bring some defense for us. Today's video, we're going to be looking to trade John Wall. We're also going to be getting into some really big games and really pushing this NBA season on. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get straight into it. Hey guys, what is up? And welcome back to the channel. If you are new, please hit that like button, get on board. Today, we have the Brooklyn Nets and Milwaukee Bucks back-to-back games, the best in the East. I thought this would be a good video to put out because now we can basically see where we're at. I'm going to give you guys an update of how this Houston Rockets team is going. We have made some trades, as you guys know. We are progressing pretty good. So, today, we need to really keep going. We actually need to make some more trades. There's been a couple of players who are unhappy. As you can see, we are taking on the Brooklyn Nets, who are currently 13-11. We are 10-13. And the Milwaukee Bucks, who are 17-8. So, back-to-back games should be big. Just wanted to show you guys the stats. Jalen Green having a pretty good season. Kevin Porter Jr., Miles Bridges as well. We are currently the third worst team in the West. And I feel like our record's not even that bad. I mean, I actually don't mind our record. Now, there was a player who is on the roster we actually have to talk about, and that is John Wall. I thought it was time to move John Wall on. We are paying him $44 million, and there's someone I wanted to get in return who I've had my eyes on for quite a while, and I really wanted to have a look at. And that is Sacramento Kings, Buddy Hield. Now, Buddy Hield, I feel like he's going to add a lot to the bench if we can get him. He will be coming off the bench if we can manage a trade. I feel like we need some more shooting off the bench. We do like shooting threes, as you guys know. And, I mean, we are a three-point shooting team. So, Brook Lopez, and now a chance to add Buddy Hield. So, this is the trade that we've got up. It's a three-team trade with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Derek Favors to the Kings. John Wall to the Kings. Harrison Barnes to OKC. Buddy Hield to Houston Rockets. And, I mean, it didn't take much convincing, but all parties have agreed and all parties are happy. So, Buddy Hield will be joining this team. So, now, Miles Bridges, Buddy Hield. We've actually added a lot of players to this team. I'm really happy with Jay Crowder. This team's getting a lot tougher, and that's what we want. That's what we're really gauging for, and that's what we're pushing for with this series. So, Buddy Hield, welcome to the roster. Another really strong player who can come in, put some points on the board for us, and hopefully we can really get going with this team that we're building. Because I tell you what, we are building this team, and I am going to try and fast track this season. We definitely want to get this season really rolling. But hope you guys are ready for this game against the Brooklyn Nets. This back-to-back highlight games against the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. It should be a lot of fun. As you can see, we are taking on the best in the East. I mean, you're versing the top 4 teams in the league. They are both at home, which is good. I'm really happy with that, but this is going to be epic. It's going to be big. This is going to be a really good test to see where this Houston Rockets team is at the moment. So let's get into it. It's the Houston Rockets, and we're going to start it out with the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, so we are here in Houston. Now, these will be highlights, quick highlights of the games. I'll give you guys like a summary of how these games went. But our first game was against the Brooklyn Nets, Houston Rockets, and the Brooklyn Nets. We've got James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. So this is our starting lineup that we're rolling with. Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., Jay Crowder, Miles Bridges, and Mitchell Robertson. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please hit that like button, and we will roll on. So we're underway here from Houston. A massive test for this Houston Rockets team. I mean, this is it. I mean, these are the games you need to win. We're 10-13 at the minute, third bottom in the West. I mean, the West is very strong as Kevin Durant comes up missing early on, and Kevin Porter Jr., he is off to the races, and he already goes in with the left hand. He gets it to go. Really good start here for the Houston Rockets, but man, Kyrie Irving can finish, I mean, all sorts of contact Kyrie Irving finishes. You see here, Miles Bridges, our first look at Miles Bridges and Kevin Durant as Jay Crowder comes off the screen, but Jalen Green hits a three. Jalen Green having a really good season for the Houston Rockets. Harden, he misses. And here go the Rockets again. You see Porter pushing the pace. And man, in transition, he is tough to stop. Big tough there from... Big take, I'd say, from Kevin Porter. Another steal here, almost for the Houston Rockets. And Kyrie Irving for 3. I knew these games were going to be tough. Man, I mean, you've got James Harden, Kyrie Irving. They have so many options as Irving hits another 3. And Brooklyn's starting to get out to a nice little lead. They actually were controlling a majority of the play, as you guys will see. Porter Jr. for 3. Big shot there from Porter Jr. He is having himself a season so far. At the top, Kyrie Irving working now. I mean, I like his offensive game, but I also like his offensive, passiveness. Kevin Porter, this was the Kevin Porter show early on in this quarter. As you see, Payne getting stripped, and this is where Brooklyn really started to get on top. Bruce Brown's going to go in and throw it down, and you guys will see that, I mean, this Brooklyn team, they're really tough. I mean, they are tough. And they do have a big lead here in the second half. You see Blake Griffin, 52-34, and Kyrie Irving is just wide open. You cannot allow Kyrie Irving to be that wide open, but we were not going to let this Nets team just walk all over us. Buddy Hield, we see our first look at Buddy Hield. He's got 12 points in this game, 56-37. Kyrie Irving, look how beautiful this is. We have to see another look at this. Kyrie Irving with the right jelly layup. We'd love to see it. Jalen Green on Joe Harris here. When Joe Harris goes inside, man, we have to be a lot better. I don't know if we're going to have to play a zone or something, but we do not play a whole lot of D on this Houston Rockets team. Kevin Porter, again, he's got 14. And he is playing some good basketball. Now, we are hanging around. I mean, we're trying to get this deficit back. You see Jalen Green again. And Bridges! Whoa! Bridges throws it down on old man Millsap. Huge take there for Miles Bridges. And beautiful pass inside here from Porter to Robertson. And he gets it to go. We actually need Robertson to score a little bit more. But through 3 quarters, 66-83. Campaign for 3. He's been good off the bench with 5 assists. And we actually do start to get a little bit of a roll here. So it is 69-83. You see Christopher running the floor, kicking it to Hield. Buddy for 3. Buddy's got it, 72-83. We're not done yet. Miles Bridges trying to work inside. Nothing here for Bridges. Back out to Payne. Payne to Hield. Now, that is no room for Buddy, so we can't launch this time. But this pick and fade game I really like. Lopez for 3. Brook Lopez hits it, and we are right back in this game. So after trailing by as much as 20, we get back into this game. You see Patty Mills here. He's working. Patty over the top of Payne. That is a tough shot from Cameron Payne. On Cameron Payne. And the Nets they look the goods as we're in the last quarter. So it was a tough game for us. I mean, we definitely did not give up in this one, but Brooklyn just had the answers, and they are a tough team. So this basically points us out on where we've got to get to. Kyrie Irving just walks in the paint. We have a long way to go for us to really push on and become a really good team. I mean, you can see here we are trying. Kevin Porter, another 3. He is having himself a night. Kyrie Irving for 3. He knocks it down, and that could almost basically do it. But KPJ, he is not giving up. Look at the dancing at the top, trying to work inside. KPJ with 1. Big throwdown from Kevin Porter Jr. But Kevin Durant here gets the offensive board. And like I said, every time it felt like we were pushing back in this game, this Brooklyn team just had answers. 114-102. Kevin Porter Jr. again trying to work inside with the right hand, and he throws it down. But the Brooklyn Nets just too strong. Now we have to regroup. I mean, we are taking on the Milwaukee Bucks in our next game. We got this back to 8. I mean, it was 6, and then Brooklyn just come down too easy. Joe Harris, he gets it to go. Kevin Porter's got 34 as we do fall to the Brooklyn Nets. So 122-115 in our first of the back-to-back games. Hopefully we can have a better showing against the Milwaukee Bucks. Jalen Green played okay. You see Kevin Porter Jr. 34 points. Jalen Green 24. Buddy in his Houston Rocket debut had 20. Miles Bridges got to be better, 9 points. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden had the triple-double for the Brooklyn Nets. We move on to the Bucks. I feel like, I mean, this was a game we didn't get blown out. We were getting blown out, and we fought back several times. So we can take a lot out of this performance. We just have to be better. We've got to be a lot better than we were in this game, and hopefully we can be. So we are taking on the Milwaukee Bucks, the 17-9 Milwaukee Bucks. We are now 10-14. We have a lot of work to do, and I mean, with the work that we need to do, we are going straight to the practice facility and we are working out in between games. So you can see we're just here in the practice facility trying to get this team going. I am excited for what this future can hold for this Houston team. We have made some big moves. We've traded Christian Wood. We bring in Brook Lopez, Jay Crowder. We also bring in some excitement. I mean, I'm happy with the addition of Buddy Hield, Miles Bridges. It's a young team. I mean, it's a very young team. And, I mean, sky is the limit for this team. Look at KPG working in the practice facility. But we're taking on Giannis, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton. It does not get any tougher than this. It is time to get into the Milwaukee Bucks and the Houston Rockets. So the 10-14 Houston Rockets against the 17-9 Milwaukee Bucks. This MyNBA series, we are trying to be a solid team. I mean, I'm not here to tank. We are here to play in the playoffs, and that's what we're going to try and do. These are the games you need to win. Jalen Green to get us underway. Mitchell Robertson, Miles Bridges. Can we get off to a good start in this here? 7 minutes. 0-0. You see Bridges here, who had the poor showing in his last game. Only the 9 points, but Crowder hits a 3 to start us out. We get off to a good start, but this, like I said, this Milwaukee team is probably it's probably even tougher than the Nets team we played. I mean, reigning champions, they're all on the same page. Miles Bridges, we needed him to return to form. To Jalen in the corner, and he's got it. So Jalen Green, our second 3 of the night, 9-5, but we just did not have an answer for this man here, Giannis. Giannis was just huge left-handed. He gets it to go 7-9. Are there any players you want me to target before the trade deadline? Please let me know. Kevin Porter Jr., 2 Bridges, another 3. Another 3. We just weren't missing. But now the Bucks do have a nice lead. You see Crowder here trying to work inside. Giannis is there. Crowder gives it over to Robertson. Robertson's fouled. And 36-43. We like the look of that. 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Jalen Green working at the top. Good screen by Miles Bridges. And Miles Bridges can just float to the rim as he throws it down. Beautiful pass there from Jalen Green. And Miles Bridges throws it down. 49-41. 5 minutes to go here in the second. Another lob. Another lob. Man, Bridges is tough. He only had the 9 points in our last game, but man, he exploded in this one. I think he had 40. KPJ finally getting into the game after coming off a 34-point game. He's got it to go. As you see here, the Milwaukee Bucks start to move the ball, and they start to move it, nice. Look at this pass, and beautiful pass in from Giannis to Drew Holiday. He gets it to go. We go into the third quarter here. It's a 4-point game. No answer for the Greek Freak. Giannis left-handed. Now stick around. You guys are going to see a crazy highlight from Giannis Antetokounmpo as Bridges catches it and throws it down again. 78 plays 82. You guys need to see this from Giannis. Oh my goodness. Giannis just throws it down over 2 Houston Rockets. I mean, all 3 Houston Rockets basically jump. Look at Miles Bridges. Where is Miles Bridges? What is he doing? 88-81. No answer for the Greek Freak. And he was the story of the night. But this was a really entertaining matchup. 92-83. KPJ inside. He misses. Bridges has 27. 27 for Bridges in this one. 94-89. Hanging around. 1 minute to go. Crowder can go to Bridges. Bridges for 3. Got it. That's a big 3 there from Miles Bridges to keep us in this game. But this Bucks team just had answers. Look at the block here from Kevin Porter Jr. Jalen Green. This would have been a highlight play, but Bridges couldn't complete it. And the Bucks lead by 2. And I mean, this is stinging in the wounds as Chris Middleton, he gets it to go. Salt in the wounds. He knocks it down. And they've got a 3-point lead in this final quarter as Giannis is just bullying. Now, Jalen Green did have the double-double. 10 points, 10 assists, playing some good basketball. Kevin Porter Jr. finally started to get going. He was actually flirting with a triple-double. Jay Crowder, 20, but the Bucks just had answers. Look at Giannis. It looks like he didn't even jump. 114, 112. We still have a chance here. Crowder's off to the races. You can see Bridges working. Now, Bridges has 36. Make it 38 for Miles Bridges. 38, 2 and 3, but it's the Bucks. It is the Bucks, and I mean, we need to learn how to close these games out. We've got to be better with closing these games out. And you can see here, Christopher, we actually run our players, they actually ran out of energy, so we had to bring in our reserves. We just couldn't get the job done, and they've got a chance here, the Milwaukee Bucks, to finish us here in the corner. They've got it. So this was a disappointing performance considering we're right in the game. This actually was a really entertaining game campaign. He shoots, he misses. But the Milwaukee Bucks were just too good in this game. They got the job done, 131-123. Miles Bridges bounced back with 41, but Giannis had 46. So Giannis was here to play. He was big. Kevin Porter Jr., 22-6. Jay Crowder, 20-10. Jalen Green had the 13. But the Milwaukee Bucks were too good. So we actually do lose both games. But they were some pretty big games. Now, I have put something on the calendar for our next video if you guys want to see it. It's the rematch against the Milwaukee Bucks in a few weeks. So we will be playing that game. We'll be simming a few games now. 16-15, the Rockets. We actually have been on a little bit of a win streak, which has been very good. But it's the Bucks who are 20-12. So get ready for that. Our next video will be the rematch against the Milwaukee Bucks. We'll be traveling. We'll be on a little bit of a travel street, taking on the Charlotte Hornets and the Los Angeles Lakers. Make sure that like button, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video on the channel.